What's the most unfair punishment a teacher ever gave out simply because they didn't like a student? In my junior year, I had Ms. Peterson for English. She was one of those teachers who thought intimidation was a form of classroom management, the kind who wielded sarcasm like a weapon and seemed to thrive on subtle cruelty. From the first week, she clearly had it out for this kid named Tyler. Quiet, soft-spoken, always kept to himself. He wasn't disruptive, didn't clown around, didn't challenge authority. But for whatever reason, Ms. Peterson zeroed in on him like he was her personal project. She'd call on him constantly, even when his hand wasn't raised. If he hesitated or stumbled, she'd sigh in that over-the-top theatrical way and say, "We're waiting, Tyler," loud enough to get a laugh out of the class. If he answered something slightly off, she'd twist his words and mock the phrasing, usually followed by some smug remark about how reading comprehension is the foundation of life. It was painful to watch. You could see how embarrassed he was, but he never pushed back. He'd just stare down at his desk, cheeks flushed, and wait for it to be over. The worst moment, the one that really stuck with me, happened during our poetry unit. We each had to memorize and recite a poem in front of the class. Some people picked short ones, some got creative with props or music. Tyler, I knew, had picked Robert Frost's The Road Not Taken. I'd seen him in the library after school for days, quietly practicing under his breath, pacing between the shelves. He cared. He wanted to do it right. When his turn finally came, he walked to the front, poem in hand. You could tell he was nervous, but he started off strong. Voice low, but steady. His eyes scanned the room once, then stayed fixed on the words. He wasn't performing exactly, but there was something sincere in the way he read, like the poem actually meant something to him. Halfway through the second stanza, Ms. Peterson cut in, "That's enough, Tyler. You clearly didn't prepare properly." No explanation, no mercy, just like that. The room went dead silent. Tyler froze, still holding the paper in front of him. He hadn't made a single mistake. Not one, but she dismissed him like a child who'd broken a rule. He walked back to his seat slowly. He didn't say anything. Nobody did. After class, I heard him in the hallway, trying not to cry while talking to the school counselor. His voice was shaking. I didn't hear everything, but I caught enough. Apparently, Ms. Peterson had known Tyler's mom. They were friends once, years ago, until something happened that ended things badly. Tyler didn't even know the full story, but whatever happened between them, Ms. Peterson decided to take it out on him. The next day, Tyler didn't show up, or the day after that. A week passed before he came back, and when he did, he looked smaller. Shoulders hunched, eyes on the floor. He stopped speaking in class altogether. If called on, he'd mumble a one-word answer. Sometimes not even that. Nobody really talked about it after. Ms. Peterson kept doing her thing, and we all learned to stay quiet, but that moment never left me. The way she stripped his confidence in front of all of us, the way she twisted her personal grudge into a weapon and aimed it at a kid who had done nothing wrong. 3 years later, I ran into Tyler during college orientation. I almost didn't recognize him. He'd grown taller, his hair was longer, and he carried himself differently. Still soft-spoken, but steadier. We got coffee and caught up. Eventually, the conversation drifted back to high school. I brought up Ms. Peterson, unsure if I should, but he just nodded. "Yeah," he said quietly. "She wrecked me for a while." I ended up needing therapy after that year. Couldn't even walk into a classroom without panicking. There was a pause. Then he smiled. "But I'm doing better now. I'm majoring in education." That surprised me. I asked him why. He sipped his coffee and said, "Because I want to be the teacher I needed back then."